look good? They're more pink than I thought. So anyway, welcome. Thanks everybody for coming. It's me, Tony Tesler. It's Thursday, June 25th. And we've got a few more days till the end of the month. So if you want to get in on this Hostess code, that ends on Tuesday. So first I want to show you a swap I got. Let's see, can everyone see that? Looks like it. I just got this from one of my friends, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of this set. Hi, Darlene. But this is a sweet little set with a picket fence and some flowers, which I'm not really good with flowers, so I don't know what the names of them are. But I like what she did here with the rhinestone, and that's a little kitty cat cut out. So I will have to thank her for that. I like it. That's a nice little swap. So tonight I want to show you, I called it Summer is Here, and I called it that because summer reminds me not necessarily of beach stuff, because we are here in Maryland. We're like 2 hours from the beach. But it always reminds me of like bright colors. And so that's where I'm going with today. So maybe we'll save a nautical theme for another time. But tonight we're gonna go with the first one. Let's warm up with a quick and easy, simple card. And I love the new Magenta Madness, and I've paired it with the Mango Melody. And I think I've talked about that before, and I said I would do more with those colors because I really do like them together. I like pink and orange together, and that's probably a faux pas in somebody's rules, but I like it. So who cares? We're making it. So this one, I used a magenta base. For the one I'm going to make you, I'm going to use the Mango Melody base, and then we'll see the differences. But I think I'm going to keep the colors the same with the mango on the inside of this feather and the magenta on the outside. So we're using, again, the Tasteful Touches set that I got last month, and we're going to use this feather. So let's fold our cardstock. This is what, 5.5 by 8.5. Scored it in half at 4 1/4. And now this layer, so you can probably notice, it's not just a typical square layer that fills in. It's rectangular. It's actually 3.5 wide by 5.5. And then we're gonna pop it up with some dimensionals. But I like that. I used that earlier this month, this kind of style with that. I like it. So what we do with the feather, how we're gonna get this ink, I'm starting with the words first because the feathers are smaller and I think the placement of the words is more important. I wanna get that down. So I'm using Catherine Pooler Midnight ink, just because I like it. It's nice and dark, and it's a foam pad. It's really dark. I like it. All right, now I did put this down in the corner. I'm just gonna stick with the way that I made it originally. Do I need to bring that up some? You like that style die? Good. Me too. All right, I'm gonna clean that later. So I've got my feather mounted, and we're gonna get this variation in color by using sponge daubers. Now, you can use markers for this too, like the fat end of a marker, and brush it along the stamp, but you get softer lines with using a sponge dauber. So let's get to it. Now, I like to put the lighter color on first, just in general. That's a good idea. So I'm just pouncing this Mango Melody all along the middle. And actually, I'm going to go a little wider. And then I'm going to add the magenta on the edges. Now, when I made the sample, I did pick up some of the mango ink on my pink sponge dauber, and it's not the end of the world. All right, so I'm getting ink, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just tapping it along the edges here. And I'm going to turn it around, and we're gonna huff on it and stamp it down and hope for the best. All right. Oh, and you can see I got some on the block. Yeah, So I like that. So that we can already tell I got more of the mango on this try. And here it's just more concentrated, like right down here and up here some. But I like that. So every one is going to be a different variation. So I'm going to stamp most of this off just so like we're starting from scratch. And let's do it again. See what we get. I'm hoping for some brighter Mango Melody this time. All right, and then we'll add the Magenta Madness along the edges. Yeah, Deborah, so many uses for the daubers. Yep. I prefer them definitely over sponges in certain cases, just because, you know, you can control it better. All right, let's see what we get here. And stamp it down. Yep. That, I think I overlapped them some. That is really orangey. I like it though. Okay, so we will put the ink pads away. Diane, huffing's your favorite thing to do. Yeah, Sean. I mean, if you don't have the daubers, try it with the sponges too. It's just that you won't get as much control without, you know, with the sponges because they're just bigger. All right, let me clean this off real quick. All right, now I am going to need these ink pads for our next little deal. So mounting this, we've got all that stamped and that's hopefully dry enough. So I'm just going to put a bunch of dimensionals on here. And I'm noticing that the thunder has stopped outside, which is awesome. I was worried that the internet might go out. I mean, we've never really had that problem before, but Murphy's Law and all that, you know. Figured it's going to get me sometime. Okay. Gail would appreciate the number of dimensionals that I have on here. 12. Okay. Now to get this on straight, you know, it's just this edge to this edge. I found the other day, if I like stand it up so they're both touching the bottom, then I just have to eyeball the middle as I'm looking at it. And I know it's hard for you guys to see from that angle, but there it is. And I think that's, yep, that's totally straight. And there we go. Now I'm going to put my white on the inside. The mango is light enough that I could write directly on the inside, but I just tend to do this anyway. Why not? Okay. Now I used rhinestones on my first sample, but on this one I'm going to use some of these elegant faceted gems. Let's see how they work in action. Now I want some of the white ones. So we have, there's like a frosted white, a frosty looking petal pink, and then a clear. So I do want to, I want to use some of these opaque white ones just to see. And are there different sizes? Looks like there is like a larger size and a smaller size. So I will start up here. And let's see, do that, and then one over here, and then another small one, kind of a triangle. So I like it. It's definitely, when I look at these, the rhinestones stick out more just, I think, because they're silver, and this is kind of shimmery white on white. So it's interesting though. I do like it. And these aren't as tall as I expected, so I don't think it's going to be a problem for mailing cards. Like, you know how if something's lumpy, they want you to pay extra, or sometimes you got to put an extra piece of paper in it. So, excuse me. So these are going to be good to mail. I need a drink of water there. So yeah, quick and easy for that one. I thought that was a good warm-up. Next, we're going to do, let me clean this. I should have cleaned that first. I'm actually doing the same colors, Mango Melody and Magenta Madness. And let me get all this stuff. All right, I'll bring these back later. All right. So next up, I'm doing some watercoloring. Now, I watercolored with the ink pads, and this reminded me of, have you seen those roses that are like all different colors, like they're rainbow roses? So that's where I was going with this. I wanted a lot of bright colors. My husband got me some of those roses like 2 years ago. The petals are actually like a different color, even on the same rose. That is out of my wheelhouse. Like I don't have the patience to do that, to, you know, put a different color on every little petal, but I can make the flowers different color. So that's what we're gonna go with. Now again, like I did with the last card, this one I made the Mango Melody base. The one I'm gonna make today, I'm gonna use the Magenta Madness base, and then we're gonna see the difference. But I am gonna use like the same colors. So I've got the Magenta Madness, 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it in half. Then I've got my piece for the inside, and this is 5.25 by 4. And then I believe this black is the same, 5.25 by 4. That's I'm gonna layer. And then we're gonna stamp on watercolor paper this time. And I believe I probably went like 3/16 of an inch down on both those, but I will have to check. And then I've got this little scrap to layer the birthday wishes. Okay, so we're gonna use Fancy Phrases. I love this big flowers. I wasn't much for coloring until like the last couple years. You're right, Di, as I look over, you're like, wow, you're really into the coloring these days. Yeah, isn't that weird? Because that was not my thing before. So it is now. I guess I just have the patience for it now. I don't know. I already stamped my birthday and cut that out with a die. So all I really need is the flowers. Now you notice I had this in my case. I made a tag last week, and on the piece of watercolor paper I had, it was just as easy to stamp another set of it. So I do that sometimes, and then I'll just keep it in the case. So when I go to use it another time, it's already done. All right. So let's get this. Now I'm gonna have to use my stamp positioner for this, because when you stamp on watercolor paper, it's got a lot of texture and it's lumpy, it's got grooves. It doesn't take the ink well on your first shot. So you need a stamping tool of some kind. You know, Misty or the Stamparatus, which is what I'm gonna use right now. And let's see. I'm gonna put this right here, and is that up where you guys can see it? Ugh, these magnets are so strong. You may notice I've got, this is, what is that, duct tape that I got. It helps to be able to pull them up. All right, now I need to look at my sample to see which way I had the flowers going. I think like this. That looks close enough. Now let me see. So sometimes with the Stamparatus, I need an extra piece of foam under it or something. That looks like it's gonna be good. But I'm gonna put this down there too, extra, so it doesn't stick and drag my paper up, you know? All right, so again, I'm gonna use the Catherine Pooler ink because it is waterproof. I really do like it. It's a good all-around ink. You can use alcohol markers with it. You can do watercoloring with it. It's very good, generic, and a nice black, bright black. Okay, so I got a good image. I don't see too many nooks and crannies, but I still want to go over it one more time. It's not going to hurt anything. All right, I'm pressing and holding it down for just a sec. Yeah, that's more of what I want. Okay, now I'm gonna just keep the stamp where it is, and I'm just gonna turn my paper around, and I had it on the edge of my scratch paper, so we're gonna go with this. And re-ink. Oy. Yeah, that would be good enough. but I like it just a little bit darker. I really want that color to pop against the black. Okay, perfect. All right, now I can put this away. I'm going to peel my stamp off and clean this right away. And that will give the watercolor, that ink, a little bit of time to dry. So where's my big stamp? I noticed the other day, somehow I scratched my block. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that. I don't know what I did to it. It's not like I took a knife to it or anything. Am I frozen, Susie? So my screen is still working. I think maybe you need to try to come out, you know, go out and come back in, or like refresh your video. Is anybody else frozen? I wish these comments had like a timestamp on them, and then I could tell like how far back they were. Diane, you're good? Okay, cool. Thank you, thank you. All right, I need a little bit more spray here to get this clean. The only thing I want you to let you know about this ink, if you're using it on photopolymer stamps, it really stains them. It comes off of the rubber stamps very nicely, but the photopolymers, it's just the nature of the ink mixture, and I don't know what it is different. It doesn't affect your stamps. You know, you can stamp later, and it's not like it'll come up on it, but just so you know, like if you get that, don't be surprised if it doesn't quite clean everything off. All right, let me put this back, and then we will, oh, actually I need this. So I'm gonna use that block as my ink palette, because we're gonna do the watercoloring, like I said. Okay, fancy phrases, we're all done with that. I'm gonna use Just Jade for the ink, for the leaves, and this is the new In Color green, and I love it. I love all the ink colors this year. I don't always, so that is a nice surprise for me. All right, so I'm just going to, I don't need that much green, but I'm just gonna do like that. Just smash it right on the ink pad. And let me put this back. Where is my, here we go. So if you've got this set of aqua painters from Stampin' Up, one is bigger than the other, and I never realized that until like a year or two ago. So this one, I use it when I'm doing a lot of broad strokes, but mostly I use the smaller one. And there's actually a new set in the catalog that's, it's got 3 in there. It's got like a flat brush, and then a smaller one and a medium one. So I'm gonna get those and just see the difference. So watercoloring, sometimes watercoloring people will put water on the area first and then add ink, and they call that wet on wet. There's also wet on dry, which is you don't prepare it with water first. And that's what I'm gonna do here, because I feel like you get more color, you get a richer, more vibrant color that way. Hey, Peggy. So just going in, grabbing a little of the ink and painting in the leaves and anything that I think may be a leaf, because I'm not that good with flowers. I don't know what these are. I mean, I assume these are roses, but like the little bits and pieces. Yeah. I remember one night coming home, and my friend and I decided we were going to pull weeds out of the yard, and we both ended up pulling some things that were plants because we didn't know what they were. We thought they were weeds. So yeah, I'm not good. I don't have a green thumb. I'm not good with the plants. All right, so you see how quick this is adding the color. And if I was to just keep going with it, it just gets lighter, you know, without going back in and getting more color. But I want it kind of dark because I want it as vibrant as I can get it. Let's see. And maybe here and here. All right, so I think that's all the leaves. We shall see. So I'm just gonna get a paper towel. And so I can run the color. So to clean it, just back and forth on a paper towel and drip some of the water out. Yep, and then I will wipe it right off of this block. Now I'm actually going to flip this over just in case, because I don't trust that I would get it all off with a paper towel, and I don't want to contaminate my other ink pads. But I'm still going to use this as my palette, and I'm just going to put color on each corner of this. My Mango Melody ink pad seems to be a little weird, a little funky. I'm going to be getting a new one because it's not behaving properly. All right, so we're going to do that, the Mango Melody, some more Magenta Madness, and Gorgeous Grape. I love this. It's a nice bright purple. I don't want to touch these together. And let's see. I had Daffodil Delight, which is in the Brights group, but that didn't show up as yellow as I wanted. So I'm going to go with Crushed Curry. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, so that is our paint palette. I'm going to start with the lightest color first. So I'm going to start with the yellow, Crushed Curry. And let me show you, let me bring in the sample. Can I get these both in? I feel like, I guess when I look on my phone, it looks smaller, the work area. I gotta look on the iPad. Yeah, you can really see it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep with the same pattern. So like yellow over here, these little bits of yellow, same. Just because it's easier and I don't have to think twice. Oh yeah, I like this already, much better. The curry is nice and dark, or bright, I should say. It's brighter than the daffodil. I guess because it gets watered down. Who knows? All right, let me add some yellow here. How did this all get jacked up? Did I just like drag my hand through that? Oh my God. Well, I guess this flower is going to be pink. Did the same thing, moss roses from seed, and could not figure out why they're not coming up. See, funny. Yeah, I don't have a green thumb. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and watch a video to see how did I get that like that. Jeez. All right, now we'll go with the Mango Melody. I'm just gonna go make this big one the orange. Yeah, those the roses that are like the rainbow colors, they are very pretty. I wish I had the patience to color something like that, because that would be nice looking. But I know myself, and I don't have that kind of patience. All right, some more orange over here and here. All right, that looks good for now. Now we'll go over to the mango. That's clean. Okay, hopefully, yep, that's gonna cover up most of that. We'll never know. Although we will, because I'm gonna look, every time I look at it, I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna know what I did. All right, and then little, see, like that was probably supposed to be a leaf, but I'm over it now. I'm not going back for it. All right, and then both of these I'm gonna do purple. That looks like it should have been another leaf. All right, and this, we'll do the pink over here. So this is a quick way to get something colored. Quiet. Okay, we're almost done here. This is, I think this is why I didn't used to color a lot, because I really didn't have the patience for it. Okay, now moving on to purple. Let me get some of this, most of it out. Yep, that's good enough. All right. Ooh, yeah. This Gorgeous Grape is very, it's a nice color. Nice, vibrant. Yeah, I have to wonder, how do they even make those flowers, like the roses with it? It really is, every petal is a different color. have no idea what they're doing to get it like that. All right, do we have any bald spots? I'm just gonna put purple there because that looked like that was supposed to be something. That was supposed to be something. Okay, good enough. All right, now I will run this under the faucet later. I mean, it looks clean enough and it's coming clean, so, but I need to put water in it anyway, so deal with that later. All right, now this, we just wipe it off. Peggy would probably like to put water on that and drip some more paper on it. And that would be a good idea. But I'm not doing that right now. Okay, so on this one, I added some flicks of Wink of Stella, the gold pen, whatever flicking thing you have. Some people use paint. Some people use some kind of ink. I've done the shimmer paint before and flick it. And everything I've tried, I've always made a mess. But I tried this, excuse me, the other night, and I did a pretty good job. Like, I didn't get it everywhere. And I saw my friend Gail did this, so, and I always wondered, how do you do that with the cap and not wreck it? But she did it with her regular markers, and that still gives me the heebie-jeebies. I gotta get some of these ink pads out of my way. All right, so with this Wink of Stella, it's a brush tip, and we're actually gonna stick it in the cap and then flick it down. And do you see there? It makes those little spots. That is a lot. Oh, you know what? I had this pen upside down. I'm like, I'm getting a lot more stuff than I normally would. Okay, so I'm gonna sit that right side up. This has to dry for a bit. Not too long. By the time I mount this and cut it, it should be ready because it's a water-based thing. All right, you know what? I need to clean my hands a little bit too with some alcohol because I don't want to get this all over my other stuff. I should keep some little towels already ripped up, but this works. All right. Alcohol is good to clean up just about anything. And while I have it out, I'm gonna give my scissors a little swipe. I do that occasionally just because, you know, you get tape on there and glue bits, and the alcohol cleans it right up. Okay. Good, good, good. All right, so like I said, I already stamped this. This Birthday Wishes came from the Fancy Phrases as well. And the die cut, I can't remember which one I used. It was a new one. Oh, it came, the one that matches the Tasteful Touches. So, some kind of labels. But the birthday fit perfectly in there. And it was not a layering one, so I'm just going to mount this and then hand cut around it. Let's see, that. And I just want to hold that for a minute, and then I'll look over. Inky fingers are sexy. You're funny, Sean. All right. So, Sean, you put the same color on your nails, right? The No Way San Jose. It's more pink than I expected when I did it. What did you think? Because I'm going to change them anyway to 4th of July stuff once I get them. All right. Not perfect, but good enough. All right. Now, even though I had gold sprinkles on here, the ribbon I'm using has silver bits in it. And sometimes that would bother me, but I'm just going to have to get over it because that's the only black ribbon that I have. And I mean, I like it. I just noticed it when I was done. I was like, ooh, I've got silver and gold both in there. Ugh. But it's fine. Oh, you know what? Nope, we gotta mount this to the black first. Getting ahead of myself. So it seemed to match your skin, Sean? Oh, do you mean like you couldn't really make out your fingers after you put them on? Maybe that's a different skin tone. Who knows? All right. So yeah, I am using the liquid glue with this just because it is pretty strong, especially when I've got this water paper that it did get a little lumpy. How come the Wink of Stella isn't clear? Because I used the gold Wink of Stella that I just realized the other day we don't sell anymore, but I still have it. We used to sell it in gold and clear, so that's why it's not clear. They actually, Wink of Stella comes in a lot of colors, and I have a whole set that I got from someone a bunch of years ago that I used just to color. Like, I used them like water brush pens, only it's all sparkly. Like, they come in pink, purple, blue, like all colors. Yep, correct, Deborah. It is the gold Wink of Stella. And they're really vibrant colors too. So, yeah. Just because we only had 2. You know what? Hopefully this ribbon, I'm going to try to cover up this area where I had that whoopsie. Yeah. Alright, so when I tie these, I'm just going to tie a knot. Let's see. So I will usually hold it with my ring finger and then do the tying with these 2. And that usually, I don't know why, but that usually helps me like keep it straight, and that works for me. Okay. Yeah, actually, so I'm going to slide this up even a little bit further, and that makes me feel better because that is hidden. Okay, so I'm going to put this on with a bunch of dimensionals. Peggy, putting water in it. Yeah, so I've also heard people, instead of just water, they will put a little bit of alcohol in it too, because you have to shake it up anyway. But I guess anything to get that little, you know, little bit of extra, whatever's in there. Yeah, I finally had one of my clear ones go dead on me the other day, but I'd had it for a long time, so I didn't mind. Okay. Yep, I like that. And did I put dimensionals? Yep, more dimensionals to put this on the card base. So I know this isn't traditional like summer theme, but like I said, when I think of summer, it's like bright colors. So that's where I was going with this. But the next project is definitely a beachy theme, and you are going to love it. All right, we're almost peeled all these things off. All right, so let's get back to our Magenta Madness card base. And without hanging my head over, I'm hoping that is straightish. Yep, okay. Phew, good. All right, I'm going to put the white on the inside. And I did finish this one with some rhinestones. I feel like it kind of gets lost. Like I can see these ones, but we're gonna add them anyway, because there is a lot of sparkle going on. Sparkle is good. So let's put one, up here. That didn't want to come off. And one down here, right in there. And then I had another one hidden, but I'm gonna add it anyway. So I think that was, that didn't take too long, and it was coloring, which is not my normal thing, but I like it. I like the bright colors of these flowers. Love it. Awesome. Okay, so let's take these away. And then our last thing, so this is a little project. So we're gonna make this tag, and this is the cutest. So I took my mom to her doctor appointment last week, and then we went to eat at Cracker Barrel. And you know, Cracker Barrel, you always got to go in their little store and see what they have that you don't need. They had the cutest, they've got like a seashell area. These little seahorse pens. Now they don't click, there's nothing to click, so they just, you know, you hold them in right, it's just open. But I thought this was adorable. This is a pink one, and of course when I saw this, I thought, oh, just jade, that's a good color match. They had some that were clear, and but they were broken, so I got 2 of these blue ones and 1 of the pink ones. And then I was like, oh, I gotta find my Post-it notes to see, I've got Post-it notes that match. So, not quite a match with the blue one, but the pink, I thought that was good enough. And this I had Berry Burst ribbon, but we're gonna use the new tag punch and seashells. But this is a cute little gifty, you know, little notepad and a pen. And these were pretty reasonable, I guess. I mean, they were like $3.50 a piece. I don't know. I need a cough drop. Excuse me. Hey, Gail. Do not worry about being late, girl. All right, where did I put that pile of stuff that I need? I've got my Sea Notion set. Oh, right here. So the bag is, it was from the Occasions mini catalog. It's a gusseted, I don't know, like 3x9 or something like that. So we're gonna use that. I've got my Post-it note that it's not quite exact, but it's good enough. I'm gonna use Seaside Notion. So for the tag, I've got the 3 seashells. I'm gonna put them on 1 block and do all the stamping at the same time, because this is something I'm gonna hand cut out anyway. So it does not have to be perfect. Now it does have the seahorse. This is the Seaside Notions. I thought stamping and cutting out the seahorse would just be too much because it's already a seahorse pen. So we don't need a seahorse on the tag. So that's where I was going with that. All right, so just jade cardstock, because I'm going to have it the same tone on tone as the other tag. So let's get our ink. Oops. Okay. Stamp that. And while I've got it out, I do need the ink. So for the tag, I need the, back to the fancy phrases, a little something just for you. So I'm gonna mount that. Okay, now this, I'm going to stamp it over here because my punch, I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna punch it out like not in the center. And I'll show you what I mean by that later. Okay, so that's that for the ink. Let me cut these out. Now this really won't take me too long to cut them out, so I won't bore you to death entirely. So back to Cracker Barrel, I expected more people to be there, like since the restaurants are open now, and there wasn't. But on the flip side, we did not have to wait for a table, so that was nice. And of course, all their goodies that we like to shop for, nobody's in there buying them, so I imagine they'll be on sale soon to get rid of them. But you know, they always have lots of stuff that no one really needs, but they're always cute finds. Like I was happy to, I just happened to look down and saw these seahorse pens and threw them right in my bag. It was disappointing that the clear ones were all broken because, you know, that would have matched anything. But these colors worked out. And I actually got 2 of these green ones. Okay, so that wasn't terrible, see? All right, pen. We've stamped that. We've stamped that. All right, so the tag, I used the new tag topper punch, which I thought I had right here. Oh yeah, here we go. So I started off with a piece that was like 2 by 4 1/4. And I got this as a bundle with the fancy phrases. So it comes with this tag topper. So I punched that. Then I ran this through with my new favorite embossing folder, the Old World paper. Okay, so that's what gave me this. Then I had a square of crumb cake, 2-inch square, and I ran this through the Scripty folder. Just because I wanted a little something, you know, so it wasn't plain. So it's just words. If I had the new Seaside or Seagrass folder, Crafter Solutions has got new products. Oh, cool. They're the ones with the glue holders, right? Yeah. But anyway, if I had the new folder that goes with the whale set, I would have used that too. So I'm going to glue this on. Okay. And I'm going to hold that for a minute and grab my other punch. So I use this, I really am having a brain fart, this punch. So normally I would put this in the middle, but I want it off to the side. So I push it as far to the right as I can get, because I'm going to mount it like this and then add my seashells on the side. Okay, so let me put this, glue this down. Something just fell. I'll find that later. All right, so I put this kind of like right in the middle. And more glue for the tag. Now, you gotta be careful. I don't want glue on this side because it's gonna hang off the edge of my tag a little, so I don't want glue there. All right, that is gonna work. And then I put dimensionals behind all my seashells. Yeah, I like the punch too. Oh, tailored tag, that's what it is. I'm like, yeah, it was in one of the like Dapper Sweets last year. I like it for making a background. We've done that before, where you just punch a bunch of those shapes out and put them on a card and then add one of the greetings. Man, I'm getting sweaty in here. Okay, so let me see. I think I started with this one. And then I add this guy. So this is just building your tag. And then finish with this guy. I don't want to cover up all of the crumb cake, but I do end up doing most of it. All right, and now I'm going to use the clear Winkostella. Let me shake this up. I covered the entire shells, all of them. Not just like a little stripe here or there, like the whole thing. And actually, I think I did it twice. When I went back and looked at that picture that I used to make the ad for this, I was surprised that my camera caught all the shimmer. That was a very nice surprise. Okay, ooh, yeah. Now this all has to dry for a minute. It seems like stuff is, yeah, that's a little moist. Moist. All right, now I've got to use some little crinkle stuff. This, I kind of have a love-hate with this crinkle stuff. Like, I like it as filler, but it just goes everywhere. And it's so noisy. All right, so let's put our little bag. So what I did was I put a little bit, like half of the crinkle, and I'm not using a ton of this stuff just because I don't like it that much. I used to always have to hide this when we had our cat because she would come in and find this stuff, and for whatever reason, she always wanted to eat it. It was like grass. That was a whole big thing. Like, you take them to the hospital once, you think they're not going to do it again. But no, they don't realize that what they ate made them sick. So they just want to keep doing it. All right, let's get this in here, get all these little pieces. Then I put the little seahorse pen on top. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now I do have the Just Jade ribbon. Let's see, maybe about that much. And I do want to do my tag first. So to hang the tag off of the package, I use the white baker's twine, a double layer of that. And that is just eyeballing, like, there. And I always seem to take too much. Like, I make the tag pieces too long, and that's okay. Just cut it off. So I'm just fishing that through the back, flip it over and through, and there we go. Now I do this, I tie a knot in it first, and then I attach it to the ribbon that I'll shut that with. And that may not be the best way to do it, but that's the way I do it. Okay. So then I'll chop this off. So then I've got this little bit to hang from, you know? Okay. So let's gather this. Sucrose, sorry I spaced. Yeah, love the set. Do you have Cracker Barrels down where you guys are, Sue? You totally gotta go there and see if they have any of these seahorse pens, because they are adorbs. All right, I'm gonna try to tie this. So I give it one, like I pull it tight. That did not want to stay. That's gonna be uneven. That'll be fine. So I give it one tie, and then I fish this through, and then I tie a knot again. Because that way it's like there, I don't have to mess with it. I know it's not gonna come untied, and now I can go and tie my bow. Yeah, this is really uneven, but that's okay. I'm gonna trim it there. So I'm not a fan of the blue Post-it note because it doesn't coordinate as nicely as this one. But I like it good enough. Oh, and I gotta put some rhinestones on. More bling. I only use 2 on this one. I usually like them in groups of 3, but that is not a hard and fast rule. Okay. So that is that. I think that's a cute little sweet project. Treasures, like, you never know what you're gonna find. I find stuff in Walmart like that too sometimes, like stuff that, oh, this fell off, might as well put it on here. Stuff that I'm not even looking for, just walk by and see a little something and think, oh, I can make a little gift out of that. That'll be cool. So that is our projects for tonight. Yeah, nice contrast. Something about it though, the sparkle makes up for it though. That makes me happy. So let me bring these back in just for our last go at it. So we've got our pen projects. We've got our watercolored flowers. And then we've got our feathers that we did. Let me see. I'm never going to get these all together. So that's that. Summary. The blue makes it beachy. Yeah. We'll have some more beachy stuff later. So next week, I am going to come back next week and do a July workshop. That will be like July 2nd. But, you know, if you're away, if everybody's away for vacation or you're just not here, like, you can always catch it later on replay. I do try to have these uploaded and edited on YouTube by Saturday. So we'll stick with that. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, next week, workshop for July. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you is I am going to work on an online class that will be completely online. Like, it'll have for July. It's going to be Christmas related, just because what I have in my head is people can use whatever Christmas tree set they have that has like a punch or a die with it, and more details later. But I'm going to be able to make a video and make it private, so only the people that I send it to will get the link to it, and I'm not going to do a Facebook Live on it. So, I mean, you can do, even if I did a live, you can always go back and watch anytime you want, but this way with the video, like, send you the link, send you the PDF, and then send you the make and take, you know, all the pieces, so you'll have instructions and all your parts and a video to do it. So I'm going to give that a try in July. We'll see how it goes. So thanks for joining me tonight, everybody. I hope you liked all these, and I'll catch you later. Bye.